YouTube land. This is Jesse Byrne representing Team FTK, and I'm here at Locals with a deck that just went 4-1, excuse me, here at Locals with Alan and his Buster Bladers. So let's get in the list and show everybody what you're playing, man.
Alright, so we're gonna have Buster Welt, like the search engine, Stratos.
The other one. Yeah, like that. That was good.
He's Stratos. He special summons Buster Blader from the hand of the graveyard. Tuner. Like, he's the key to the whole deck, basically. You want to see him as soon as possible. Then we have the Dragon Buster, which is Dark Tuner. He equips himself to Buster Blader, then special summons himself. So it's a free tuner, and when it's on Buster Blader, it locks your opponent out of the extra deck. So, it's pretty good. Then we have 4 Buster Bladers. The regular one, and then the Destruction Swordsman. It's pretty good. When the monster is destroyed, you can equip it to him, and then you can send it to the graveyard to Raigeki, whatever monster type he sends. And it's also good against ABCs, because when their stuff gets destroyed, you can equip it to him, and then you get stupid effects like he gets all the ABC effects. So
he's busted.
Then we have Jet Synchron for synchro plays. Blow Up Ball, more synchro plays. Ghost Ogre, destroy things. Disruption. Ash Blossom, because flight mandatory. And Gofu for links. So that's all the monsters. And for the spells, we have 3 Cosmic Cyclones, 2 Draco Nexion. Basically what that does is it lets you get to Buster Whelp, so if you open with this and the Dark Tuner, you can just trade it in to get him, and then instead of being the neg one, it breaks even because he searches. We're Arfdow, or searching for your level 1s. You can special summon this guy, and then we're Arfdow, search for Buster Whelp, and then summon him and go off. That's always nice. Destruction Swordsman Fusion. It's super poly for Buster Blader. Searchable super poly for Buster Blader. 1-for-1 for searching tuners and things. Soul Charge, Gain Explanation. Raigeki, Foolish Burial, and that's it for the spells. And for the traps, we have DNA Surgery to turn all your opponent's stuff to dragons. And then we have Back to the Front, which is ridiculously busted.
Is that 2 copies or 3 right there?
That's 3.
3, okay.
Because you synchro summon your synchro dragon, which is like the most busted card in your extra deck, and they kill it or whatnot, doesn't matter. You just bring it back and it has a big fat 2800 ass. It's like, Destruction Swordsman of Memories. It searches for Buster Blader out of the deck. You discard a Destruction Sword card. You normally won't ever use it for that. You usually use it to dump in the graveyard off of this card. So that you can use it for a Miracle Fusion. This card is also extremely busted. It dodges Ash, which is really nice. So it sends cards from the deck to the graveyard as a cost. So you can't Ash it, and it special summons a monster from the extra deck, or the graveyard, the Buster Dragon. And if a Destruction Sword card will be destroyed, you can just banish it and save it.
That's pretty good right there.
That's pretty good. And so get this out of the way, and then go to the extra deck.
Yeah. Looks pretty interesting though, man. Definitely a cool deck. I want to definitely see what's going on in that extra deck.
And the extra deck. Alright. The extra deck, we have Buster Dragon because he's busted. He turns all your opponent's monsters into dragons, and during your turn you can special summon a Buster Blader from the graveyard, and during your opponent's turn you can equip a Destruction Sword card to a Buster Blader monster that you control. So that's pretty good. We have Hot Red Dragon Archfiend. He negates cards on both players' turns, once per turn, so kind of almost like a walking solid a little bit. When he does damage, he special summons a tuner from the graveyard, so even better. And then you have Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Bane. So when you get your one tuner, you'll sync him off into him, and then he gets you 2 tuners when he does damage. One from the deck and one from the graveyard. So you can go search for your Glow Up Bulb, your Jet Synchron, whatever, and then bring back a Whelp or whatever you need. And he can also tribute a monster on the field to get a Red Dragon Archfiend from the graveyard. The other thing that's really good about him is he can tribute himself. So if he's sitting in your extra monster zone and you want that freed up, you just sack him off and get this guy back, and you're like, and it works.
Opens up your plays.
He can even tribute and special summon himself if you wanted to do that. And then this guy here, he's good. You don't normally go into him. I went into him once to beat a burn deck. But other than that, that was pretty much it. He requires 2 tuners and this guy. And when he's summoned, your opponent can't do anything. So when he's summoned, your opponent can't react to this. They can't react to the summon. They can't negate the summon, and they can't activate any cards until the end of the turn.
Yeah, so it's just GG.
Yeah. This is Fusion. He says that all Dragon type monsters that your opponent controls and their graveyards can't activate effects. Since this guy turns all your opponent's stuff to dragons, they're pretty much screwed. Yeah. Also, all dragons get turned to defense and can't change their battle positions. He gains 1,000 for each dragon on your opponent's side of the field and in the graveyard, and he pierces. That's pretty good. Then we have the Decode Talker Gofu combo. Yeah. And this one, just because I had extra space and it's for lulls. Dark Paladin.
There you go.
Just because if I play a Dark Magician deck, I'm just like, hey, I can super poly into a poly Dark Paladin, why not? But and I needed one slot to be flexible for the side deck. So that's pretty much my flexible spot. With the side deck,
going to the sideboard.
So in the side deck, I have 3 Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries, and that's why I needed the flexible spot. Basically, so that I could basically stop these cards.
Yeah, side against the meta and just go against them.
For meta stuff. This is for I was using it mainly for True Draco. Yeah. So make sure they don't get their stuff off. More Spell and Trap Hate. A lot of times, depending on what I'm running against, if I'm running against something that's like either trying to burn me or something like that, or something where I don't want to pay life points or I don't need to banish stuff, then I'll just slide out the Cyclones for Twin Twister, and that's that. Then we have Dark Hole because it's good. We have Prime Material Dragon because I don't like losing the burn. So
yeah.
There's that, and then these guys are kind of situational depending on what you're playing against. This guy here, when he's equipped to Buster Blader, all face-up spell and trap cards that are currently on the field can't activate their effects. So Diagram. What else was I playing against? Field spells, Union Hanger, all that stuff. You just kind of put it up there and they can't do anything.
Yeah, just get rid of the garbage.
Yeah, this one, says graveyard effects can't activate. So if you're going against a deck that's like graveyard heavy, then this will stop anything from activating in the graveyard, any monsters effects. So that's pretty much it.
That looks great, man. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
That's pretty much it.
Pretty much it. Appreciate it so much. This is Jesse Byrne with Team FTK signing out. Thank you guys. Subscribe for more.